The franchise hot seat is for information and entertainment purposes and is not an offer to sell franchises. If the hot seat introduces you to a franchise concept that interests you, you must do your own due diligence before making an investment. Welcome to the Franchise Hot Seat. I'm your host, John Hayes, Director of the Franchise Center at Palm Beach, Atlantic University. In this next edition of the Hot Seat, we feature an emerging franchise concept to be evaluated by our Dream Team. Let me introduce you to the Dream Team for this presentation. These elite executives are superstars in their industries and in franchising. CEO of United Franchise Group, Ray Titus. Co-founder of Crank Enterprises, a venture marketing company, Brian Margolis. President of FranWise, Marianne O'Connell. And CEO of Restoration One and Blue Frog, Gary Finley. Next up in the hot seat is founder of BlueMax, Alvaro Mendoza.
Hi, my name's Alvaro Mendoza. You can call me Al. 37 years ago, we started Commercial Energy Specialists, and our role has been to provide supply and support water treatment systems for most municipal parks, cruise lines, and other major features. Most of our business is very complex, including filtration, chemical treatment, pumping systems, ultraviolet, ozone, and much too complex for the franchising world. However, we identified one area of our business that is perfect for franchising, and that is robotic vacuuming of swimming pools. I know what you're thinking. There's a lot of kinds of robotic vacuums. This isn't the creepy crawly that runs around your residential pool. In the commercial world, the robotic vacuums are large, complex, self-guided, and self-contained vacuums that run around the bottom of the pool, recording and traveling and recording their distance and keeping the pool crystal clear. Before we talk about why robotic vacuum is important, we got to mention there's two converging trends that are occurring right now that have been occurring for years. First of all, there's an increased focus on cleaning pools. This is coming from health departments, which require pools to be clean, and Centers for Disease Control and other major regulatory bodies. The importance of this is without cleaning the bottom of the pool, you can form biofilm and organics and other undesirables that can form on the bottom pool, including, according to the CDC, Legionella. And so there's an increased focus to clean the bottom of the pool. The other converging trend is the difficulty in finding people that will operate a mundane, that will do a mundane task such as cleaning a pool. This is the most unreliable part of the workforce for swimming pool companies and for owners of pools. So you have a development where the industry is calling for it, and you have the industry operators not being able to fulfill the development. So robotic pool vacuuming is different in the United States than it is in Europe. In the United States, they opted for inexpensive, throwaway, disposable robotic vacuums. And we were service centers for these for decades, and it was very difficult to maintain them in operation, and they always took a long time to fix. However, in Europe, it's completely different. In Europe, they opted for higher costs, but more reliable robotic vacuums that people could keep for decades. So the other thing that the Europeans did, which we loved, is that all the robotic vacuums were site maintained. So when you have a problem with an issue, someone shows up on the site and fixes it. A good analogy is the large scale of copiers that people have in their offices, where they're too expensive to buy, but you rent them for months, and then they come out and they fix it. Whenever there's an issue, they put toner or fix it. You would not know how to fix those yourself, right? So we have an opportunity in the industry, and we have a need in the industry for a robotic vacuuming service where someone, a franchisee hopefully, would be able to provide this service, go out into the industry, rent these robotic vacuums to the end user, make some good money out of it, and then be able to do a routine service on a semi-annual basis for these guys. So that is the basis of our franchise operation. We hope, working in the hot seat, we hope to get some good ideas and some guidance from the team on difficulties they might think we might encounter, and things that we might be, how we might want to structure some of the nuances of franchising. I'm not an expert in franchising. That's why I wanted to jump on the hot seat to learn from the experts.
Well, Al, first of all, thank you for joining us, and congratulations on much success of your current business. To jump into the corporate world and the structure that you have building your business and enter the franchise world can seem overwhelming. You certainly have come to the right place. Alongside me are some of the best in the business, lots of experience at the table entering the franchise industry. Myself, I'm more of a branding and marketing guy. So for me, what I'm looking at is you have an idea, you have perhaps a product, but you don't have anything really packaged up yet to communicate that and sell that message. And that's obviously going to be very, very important, especially when you start getting into the franchise side of things and development, generating opportunities to sell your franchise to others. I think it's going to really require a lot of effort on your part to get some real experience, pilot it, see how kind of the sales go from your perspective, and work on packaging up your brand altogether. A couple questions really quick for you. Are you, is it primarily focused on the commercial side, or are you planning on getting into residential as well?
That's a very good point. Thank you, Brian. The commercial side is one of the key focuses right now. There are hundreds of thousands of commercial pools in the United States, and there's a gap in the market right now where the services provided to these commercial pools, as far as cleaning, is going to be a full-time job for a lot of franchisees. However, the high-end residential pool market is very critical as well. That you have pools that are as big many times as the commercial pool, and they don't want someone trooping around their pool, with a little vacuum hose and things like that. So those people have and really enjoyed the robotic vacuums. Now realize we've been in this market, this precise market, for decades, but in this precise market with the European product for 7 years. And the proof of concept has been that we have been performing basically the same functions as the BlueMax robotic cleaning system. We have just called it the 4-year no worries plan. So it's a concept that's been proven. And yes, we do lack experience in bringing it to the franchise world, and that's the part that we're missing. But as far as the service and the training and the support and the marketing, this is something that we do every single day for the last 7 years in this precise market, and 37 years, and everything else.
So let me jump in here. Al, I like it. I think you have a really niche type of idea in business that looks good. I just have some quick questions. How much does this machine cost would you say, to rent compared to a normal traditional pool service?
That's a great point, Ray. That's been a very popular part of this program, in that when someone cleans their pool, let's say they clean it 3 times a week and they're paying someone $15, $16, $17 an hour, it turns out to be hundreds and hundreds of dollars a month. And when the robotic vacuuming, the BlueMax program, we right now are marketing it at about $200 a month. And at $207 a month, which is one of our programs, the franchisee gets quite a large profit at that level, and can maintain the vacuum quite easily at that with those numbers.
But then, Al, doesn't the facilities manager, or then somebody has to actually do the work, right?
Yes, sir. The work would be putting it in at night and taking it out in the morning.
Oh, so they don't have to work a joystick or anything. They just stick it in the water.
No, sir. The way it works is the robotic vacuum has propulsion, navigation, and suction, and basically has onboard GPSs where there's 4 or 5 distinct patterns that you could select depending on the configuration of the pool, which we would help the franchisee with that training. And it basically knows every place that it's been in the pool. And so it doesn't duplicate its steps. So it provides all the brains and the suction and the movement all in one motion. And that's why these are so different than the creepy crawlies and some of the other ones that are random.
Al, congratulations first on asking for some advice. So few people do before they jump into franchising. The question I have, I've had 2 brands I've worked with before that had single source third-party providers of their main product, and it blew up on them. So what arrangements are you putting in place so your franchisees will have an uninterrupted flow of these terrific robots?
That's a great question. There has to be, when you go far enough up the line, there's always a single source. So what they're doing when they're dealing with our company is they're dealing with the source. And we have service centers throughout the United States that can help people with their robotic vacuums. But the manufacturer of this is a single distinct source that makes a unique product to the world. So that is why in this case, a single source is like, single source in some rocket ships. That is just something that you live with. But we've been working with these gentlemen. They've been around for 37 years as well. And we've been working with these people for the last 7 years. And we have exclusives in the United States and North America and South America. So it's a very protected environment.
Hey, Al, thanks for being here. Appreciate you being on with us and presenting your business. So from a franchise perspective, I was trying to think the type of companies that you probably would be selling against. So what would be keep a pool company, a cleaning company already in business today to buy one of these machines and just add the commercial piece to their residential?
Thank you, Gary. One of the market segments that is starting to get very popular for us is just that, is commercial operators that are having a hard time organizing and keeping a staff of cleaners that go out and clean the pools. And quite frankly, the trend right now is for your higher end commercial pools companies to want to get out of the cleaning business altogether. And so we feel that the market is ripe for a commercial cleaning service that could go to these commercial companies that have 25 trucks that do nothing but clean. Now remember, pools have to be cleaned by law without anybody in them. So all these condominiums and facilities have to be cleaned before 7 a.m. And that just does not work. So right now we have a proof of concept in testing this product has been there are service companies that are buying these or just telling their owners, look, I'm not going to clean your pool anymore. Buy one of these robotic vacuums and you clean your own pool, but I'll still do your chemicals and your pumps and your filters and all your repairs. So that is the least favorite part of their business and their least profitable part of the business and the one that gives them the most headaches.
Perfect. Thanks.
So it sounds like you're entering a pretty wide open space. I think we can all agree there's an opportunity there. We certainly appreciate you coming on. I believe, that's all the time we have today from the Dream Team. Al, thank you very much. I hope to see BlueMax among the top emerging franchise brands in the very near future.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks for joining us for the Franchise Hot Seat. And remember, our purpose is to inform and educate. We are not selling franchises. Do your homework before investing in any business. Franchising is a powerful methodology for business ownership, and it may be the best way for you to own a business and build personal wealth. But franchising is not without risk, and it's not for everyone. Some quick thank yous to our sponsors. Since its founding in 1999 by IFA Hall of Fame honoree Tariq Fareed, Edible has been at the forefront of supporting franchising and entrepreneurship as a path to the American dream. Support your local Edible franchise outlets. Transworld Business Advisors is the world leader in the marketing and sales of businesses, franchises, and mergers and acquisitions. They've got 240 offices worldwide. Accurate Franchising is a full-service franchise consulting and development company that assists brands with developing franchise business models, along with assisting existing franchisors brand expansion through franchise sales services. Crank Enterprises is a venture marketing company introducing a modern-day twist to private equity. Their mission? Turn ideas into dough. You want to sit in the hot seat? Or have you got a question for us? Visit TitusCenterForFranchising.com and let us hear from you. I'm John Hayes, leading the Titus Center for Franchising, where we're educating the next franchise generation.